Hello everyone. Assalamu alaikum. So today inshallah we're gonna continue discussing Surat Al-Kahf from ayah number 10. We're gonna continue. Alaikum salam. Hi. Welcome. We're gonna continue the discussion of the Surat Al-Kahf, and then at the end of the session we will open the floor to any questions, any discussion. So anyone have an idea, you can just write it down and we can discuss it at the end, inshallah. Okay, so last session we started Surah Al-Kahf. We reached till ayah 9, number 9. So we discussed the reason why Surah Al-Kahf was revealed to Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. And as a short story, I'm gonna repeat what is the reason of Surah Al-Kahf. That part of the Jewish people, they sent someone to ask the Prophet about the story of the people of Al-Kahf to prove that he is the Prophet, because it was mentioned in the previous revelation. And then Allah sent this story as a proof for the prophecy of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So we're gonna continue till ayat number 10. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. إذ أوى الفتية إلى الكهف فقالوا ربنا آتنا من لدنك رحمة وهيئ لنا من أمرنا رشدا. Okay, so the story of the boys of Al-Kahf in general. So there was a people, young men. They used to live in a city, or let's say a kingdom. They used to worship idols. And there was a specific day. That day they will go out and celebrate and worship these idols, and they were also worshiping their king. So everyone disobey this rule, they will be punished. So these young men, fitya is young men, they were worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they know He is the only one that deserved to be worshipped. So they decided to run away from that city and hide from the people of that city, so they will not get punished or killed or so on. Okay? So here in this ayah, these young men, they went to a cave. Okay? And they meet with each other. They said that they were like young men with from a family that they have high status or wealthy family at that time. So they gathered together and to other people who they feel that they have the same thing. They want to worship only one God, and they were afraid that at that day, if they disobey, something bad will happen to them. So they agree that they're gonna hide in a cave out there, so no one would see them. And they say, فَقَالُوا رَبَّنَا آتِنَا مِن لَدُنْكَ رَحْمَةً. They did make a dua at that time. They said, Oh Allah, give us from your mercy. And sorry. So min ladunka is not only like Allah give us mercy, is like from you, from within you, Allah, we want this mercy. Okay, it's like a deeper dua of asking for mercy. Because at that time, they were so afraid. So their mental state, they were running away from something very big, like the whole kingdom. They will look for them for disobeying or not believing or worshipping these idols and this statue. And then they said, وَهَيِّئْ لَنَا مِنْ أَمْرِنَا رَشَدًا, and prepare for us or find us from our thing, from our situation that we are in, rashada. Rashada is not only a good thing, but is the best way to go with the things that you're going through. Like, give us the best solution. Give us the best answer. Rashada is like the ideal situation, the ideal answer for your own situation or your own problem. So this is actually a very beautiful dua that we all can use in our prayer in general, in anything that we go through, to ask Allah from His mercy and ask Him to guide us to the better way for us, or the better solution of the things that we go through in our life. And any dua that has been mentioned in Quran, subhanallah, it's always say that it's probably gonna be answered, especially the dua of the prophets, the dua of the messengers, the dua that any dua has been mentioned in Quran, it definitely have a huge effect, and it definitely, most probably, inshallah, Allah will answer it. So it's a good thing to keep this dua also um, in your like bucket, or let's say in a notebook. That would be a really nice thing to remember it whenever you have a situation or a struggling in something. Okay, and again, so because they were afraid, they didn't know where to go, where they didn't know what they should do, how long they should stay at the cave. Like there is no food, there is no um, security at that time. Like there is no safety. So when you reach to a point that you really don't know what to do, always ask Allah, always have tawakkul, and just ask Allah to guide you, to give you that mercy that will a little bit give you of sakina, or let's say safety, and at the same time ask Him for what should I do? What is the best solution? What can I do? And that definitely would help. Oh, 1 second. Okay. Okay. Then in the next ayah, Allah is saying, فَضَرَبْنَا عَلَى آذَانِهِمْ فِي الْكَهْفِ سِنِينَ عَدَدًا. Okay. So ضربنا على أذانهم في الكهف سنين عددا. So ضربنا in Quran, or in Arabic, in original Arabic, is that we separated something from something. Okay. فضربنا على أذانهم is when you no longer hear or listen the things outside of you. So when you have this thing, you will be able to sleep. So what happened for them is Allah made them fall asleep for a long time. Okay. Okay. So فضربنا, as we said, it's sealed. It's like your ears has been sealed, so they will not be awakened. And subhanallah, the first thing that you wake up, when you wake up, is when you hear a sound, right? Like sometimes you might not be able to be awake until like you have the alarm sound, you have someone is calling you. So actually, the hearing sense is the one that really can waken us from sleep, and sometimes we need to be in a full quiet place to be able to sleep. So Allah here said that we separated, or we sealed their ears so they will not hear anything else, and they will stay in a long sleep. They slept for over than 300 years, and this is one of the miracles and ayahs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay. فضربنا على آذانهم في الكهف سنين عددا. Okay, so there is a certain amount of years that we made them fall asleep. And subhanallah, this is one of the things that we can reflect upon, is there is one of the battles that Prophet Muhammad SAW, they had before, and then I don't remember the exact details, but Allah sent them. Allah made them sleep to feel more assured, to feel more safe. And this is subhanallah how Allah is trying to help you overcome certain type of emotions that you might go through is maybe by just sleeping. Sometimes they told you like just go for a sleep if you have a problem or something or you're overwhelmed with emotion, just sleep a little bit or have a nap, and subhanallah how your emotional state or mental state it changed after you sleep. It's like it became more calm, you became more clear headed, you'll be able to think in a much better way. And sometimes if you are stressed, you have anxiety, you have an exam or test coming up, maybe a little bit of sleep really calm your nervous system. So this is something, subhanallah, one of the things that Allah might give it to you when you're feeling overwhelmed. You might suddenly feel like you want to have a little bit of nap or sleeping a little bit. It will settle down a little bit of this type of emotion and give you that sense of safety. So, subhanallah, sometimes these are the things that Allah trying to calm us down with it. It could be by the simple thing of sleeping. Okay. ثم بعثناهم لنعلم أي الحزبين أحصى لما لبثوا أمدا. Okay. So here Allah says that then we raise them from the sleep. So sleeping is a partially dead. So we have maut, we have wafa. Okay, there's so two different type of, let's say, being dead in Arabic. Wafa is not same as dead. Okay. Wafa والله يتوفى الأنفس حين منامها, that Allah give us this wafa like partial death when we are asleep, because all our body is relaxed, like our subconscious mind is not aware, only the subconscious mind is the one that's working, and it's kind of like partially dead. But the real death, maut, which is in Arabic, is the death that your soul will leave your body and this is the end of your life. So subhanallah, like sleeping is actually one of the signs of Allah, that Allah is telling us that even if we have this partial death, it's a sign that for all of us to believe in the life after, that Allah can give us this partial death, but in the next morning we're alive, we're thinking, we're breathing, and so on. While yesterday we might have like a partial death, let's say. So it's all signs that all of this can happen in a bigger way as of the life after when we raise from our main death. Subhanallah. So this is one of the ayahs that Allah is trying to remind us that we do it every day. So Allah is saying here that we raise them from this death. It's like again similar to this death, to know which of these two groups, okay, they counted, or they will be able to count how many times or how many days that they have left stayed in this cave. So subhanallah, this is what happens in the life after we raised from our death. Is like someone will say like my life was only for a couple of days, my life was only a couple of years. Subhanallah, that how we count the time is so different when it's in the life after. So again, Allah is here like telling us like He have this ability, subhanahu wa ta'ala, to take our life, but at the same time, He can raise us from this death again as if nothing happened. And this is what's gonna happen eventually. Then Allah said, نحن نقص عليك نبأهم بالحق. Now He is telling Muhammad sallallahu alaihi Prophet that we are telling you their stories بالحق, what really happened, in the right way. إنهم فتية آمنوا بربهم وزدناهم هدى. They were young men. They believed in their Lord, or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we give them more of our guidance. Okay? Then he said, وَرَبَطْنَا عَلَى قُلُوبِهِمْ إِذْ قَامُوا فَقَالُوا رَبُّنَا رَبُّ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ لَن نَّدْعُوَ مِن دُونِهِ إِلَٰهًا لَقَدْ قُلْنَا إِذًا شَطَطًا. And we strengthen their heart. But here, رَبَطْنَا in Arabic is like we tie. We make a tight, we tighten their heart, on their hearts, okay? When they stood up and when they said that Allah or our Lord is the Lord or the God of the heavens and the earth. We shall never call anyone else as a God but Him. If we do so, لقد قلنا إذا شططا, if we do so, that would be something out of the right thing. Okay, I'm gonna divide this ayah part and part. So imagine that your whole country, your whole people, or your whole community is against you. This really required lots of courage. It was lots to be a brave one, to be able to go against of the common opinion of the other world, let's say, of their common beliefs that other people believe in. So subhanallah, Allah here is saying that we tight upon their heart, we strengthen. In another way, when you understand it, it's like you make it much stronger to be able to face and say, speak your truth, speak the things that you believe in is the right thing. And subhanallah, this is, you can see in everything. Like, even in a simple belief you might have, sometimes you might have sometimes of a belief that you feel this is the right thing, this is the thing that you really convinced in, but you feel like the majority of people around you might not have the same opinion. And lots of people will try to hide it up or try not to be more um, honest with it. Again, but again, like when you choose to be more open about this belief that might not everyone agree with you, or you might get criticized upon it, you really need the strength to face all of the consequences that gonna happen when you just say it out loud. Even if you believe that this is something that satisfy Allah, this is something you feel it's the good thing, it's the right thing to say. And so that's why it really needs this courage, and it really needs to have this help and support from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to strengthen your heart, to tight on your heart, to be able to face all of the difficulties that's gonna face when you have the outcast opinion, or like the opinion that not everyone agree with. So in that case, Allah said that we tightened their heart, or we tied their heart to make it more stronger, to be able to say something. They know all of their community gonna be against them, and maybe they will punish them and kill them because of they're not worshiping the idol they all the one doing, or they're not worshiping their king. So they said that our God is the God of the earth, the heaven and earth. Okay, now they're giving the reason, like they're trying to speak to them and talk to their minds that our God subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the creator of the heaven and earth. How come you leave this God and you just worship your God, the human one, the human who will die, who did not create the heaven and earth? So they tried to speak to them in a more logical way, as to convince them. And they said, we will not worship anyone other than our God. And if we do this, لقد قلنا إذا شطط. شطط in Arabic is going out of the right path. Okay, شطط, and this is why it's called shaitan. Shaitan is the one who did not obey to Allah's way. So shatata is anything that goes out of the track of the right way, or the right pathway. So this is one of the things. Is say, if we said so, if we believe that there is another God other than Allah, then we like making nonsense, or we're going out of the right path. Okay. Then هؤلاء قوم اتخذوا من دونه آلهة. So they said, those people, or this is our people, our community, let's say our society, they took a God other than Him, other than Allah, other than our God. And this is so lovely. Like when you focus on the word of this ayah, they said, هؤلاء قومنا. قومنا, it gives us like this is our people. It gives us this sense of belonging, that they belong to this society, that they speak to them. This is one of the communication skills you can use. And like when you want to convince someone with something, try to use them beloved language. Like this is my dear brother, my loved one, my precious one. And subhanallah, this is actually the same language that the prophet used to do. Always the prophet, they have this type of emotional intelligence that they use this soft language with the people they try to do da'wah to. So even them, they was kicked out or they were afraid that they're gonna kill them. Even with this, they still talk to them as qawmuna, like our people. We still belong to them. And subhanallah, this is one of the things that we need to focus on. It's that we should not judge people by their action, because originally, like Allah created us, Allah created all the humankind. So I believe that all of us, all of us, okay, so I believe that all of us is originally born as a pure person. So sometimes when you do sins, sometimes when we do mistakes, it could be from our, let's say, nafs al-ammara bisu, part of us that might give this type of like not evil, but our action might be wrong. We might do sins, we might have the waswasa from shaitan, but originally we're not a bad person. So it's always important not to judge people by their origin, but we can see, okay, he did something wrong, but this does not mean he is a bad person, because you never know, sometimes he might change. After a couple of years this person might change. So when you put this judgment upon someone, it really makes you blind for any change that could happen to him, for any good thing that he might try to do to you. So, and this is why subhanallah, it's not only even like something that we just know. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Quran said, inil hukmu illa lillah. That means judgment only by Allah. Allah is the only one who do judgment, who said, okay, you are good person, you're a bad person, you're going to heaven, you're going to hell. So subhanallah, we are forbidden to put this type of judgment upon people, because it's not a good thing. When we do judgment, we end up like not seeing any other good qualities in that person. So always do not judge the person. But if he do something wrong, then said, okay, he is a good person, but he did this something wrong. The act, he did some act, but this does not represent the whole him. Okay? So they said, these are our people. They took another God, okay, without Allah, other than Allah. لولا يأتون عليهم بسلطان بين. They said, we wish or we hope that they could come with another evidence about it. Like again, they're trying to talk with logic. They're trying to talk to their minds. Like if they give us a good evidence, at least for whatever they worship, we would at least think about it. There will be at least reasoning for this type of worshiping the idols, the stones, the king. So they did not even come with it. Lawla is like wishing that at least they could give us a good reason or evidence for whatever they worship. فَمَنْ أَظْلَمُ مِمَّنِ افْتَرَى عَلَى اللَّهِ كَذِبًا. And who would be more injustice or have an unjust than someone who makes up lies about God or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the huge injustice that you can do to yourself if you say lies upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وإذا اعتزلتموهم وما يعبدون إلا الله. Okay. فأووا إلى الكهف ينشر لكم ربكم من رحمته ويهيئ لكم من أمركم مرفقا. So here Allah is saying that then what about if you let them or left these people, or you isolate yourself from the people who worship other than Allah, and you went to the cave, and from that they start to talk to each other. ينشر لكم ربكم من رحمته. Allah will spread for you from His mercy. ويهيئ لكم من أمركم مرفقا. And He will prepare for you from whatever you're going through an easy way, an easy solution, an easy way to figure out what to do. So, and this ayah is so beautiful, and this is again why we are advised to read it every Friday. So, when should we isolate ourselves from certain type of people? This is a very important question that we can ask ourselves. What time? When should I choose to leave certain type of people in my life or isolate myself from them? There is one, let's say a couple of scenarios, but let's mention one of them. Is if you have these type of friends, or if you have this type of colleagues, any type of people around you that you know they have a bad influence on you. Maybe, for example, they're drinking, and because you are with them, you might have a peer pressure, or feeling that you are pressurized to do the same as they do, then it's mandatory for you. You need to isolate yourself from them. Okay? So, subhanallah, but again, not everyone we need to isolate ourselves. It's the easy way out is to isolate ourselves from people and said, okay, I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to face it. I don't want to struggle with. And this is not good, because there's a hadith for Prophet Muhammad sallallahu by the meaning of it, because I don't remember the exact of it, is that it's much better and more rewarding of the one who might have like a difficult people around him and he have more patient on them than the one who just choose to move away and just run away from it. So it's you will get lots of ajr if you are having sabr and having this being patient. Okay, so I don't know Layla really, but anyway, but so they start yeah. So these are one of the things, is that lots of people, they said, okay, I'm gonna live alone, I'm not gonna interact with people because people is intolerable, I cannot to relate to just deal with them. And this is not, this is a kind of a coward way, like I'm just, because I don't want to face it, I will run away. So again, the capacity that you have, the strength that you have. If you don't have that good strength or this capacity, and feel that if I stay with these type of people, I'm definitely gonna follow them and I'm gonna go doing sense and being affected by them, then that's the time you need to isolate yourself. If you feel no, you have a very strong faith that you feel you can control yourself, you have sabr, you have tolerance toward all of these type of things, you will not let it affect you, then you can stay. Again, I'm not speaking about people who are not worshiping God or doing some bad. I'm speaking it, reflecting it on our life. It could be people just doing sense, any certain type of sense. But again, you are the medium of the 5 person you hang out with. So you really need to choose your friend or who you hang out with carefully, because even if you know it or you're not aware of it, they will definitely have an effect on you. Even as like subconsciously, they will definitely, by hanging out with certain type of people, you will end up grasping some of these ideas, some of these beliefs. So choosing what type of people you hang out with, and filtering from now and then what type of people you feel like They add to you, they benefit you, their company really help you to get closer to Allah, help you to be a better person, help you to improve yourself, not the otherwise. So like you can do it every couple, like when when you write your annual goals, for example, and then the end of the year, or you feel like every 6 months or something, try to think and ask yourself, okay, which of my friendship or which of my friends or the people who I hang out with is no longer helping me or is no longer benefit me in my life or in this version of my character in this certain phase in my life. Because all of us, our personality change, our circumstances change, our awareness level change, our level of religion change. So sometimes you feel like maybe your friend who has been with you, let's say in the last year or the couple 2 years, are no longer aligning with the beliefs and the ideas and the goal and the vision that you are seeking with, or with the person that you are now, with all the improvement and development you did in yourself or personal development. So, and it's okay with it. It's okay to choose that, okay, this person is no longer, I don't feel that it's really benefit me toward where I'm going. So choose your friends wisely, choose who you spend your time with, because even if you don't know it, they definitely have an effect on you. And the quality of the people around you will reflect on the quality of your reality. It has a huge connection. And this is why they always tell you, try to have good networking skills. Try to put people who are like successful and they have goals and they have similar value that around you. Try to get these type of people next to you because they all affect your life eventually. Okay. So this is one of the things that we can reflect, like, or filtering from between now and then every while. Who should I no longer it's not doesn't mean that I'm gonna fight them or no or so on, but it's you're choosing and picking what is best for you in life. It's like imagine yourself as a kid or as your child, and then you want your child to have the best or good friend who have like a good values, good morals, good goals, good grades in school or so on. Treat yourself the same way. Choose for yourself the best things in life because it will have an effect on you. Okay? So here they decided they couldn't fight them. And they know that if they stay in this kingdom or if they stay in the city, they're gonna be killed or gonna be stoned to death. So they decided that, okay, we're gonna leave this area, or at least we hide low until Allah's telling us what should we do. But for this time, we need to run away because we could not face them. We cannot fight them. And again, like they're given, this is the importance of friendship, is that in the beginning we mentioned they did the dua. The dua is like, Allah, give us from your mercy. ربنا آتنا من لدنك رحمة وهيئ لنا من أمرنا رشدا. So when they meet up, they were like everyone from different family. When this young boy meet up, they decided, okay, we're gonna go to the cave, and then they did this dua. Oh Allah, give us from your mercy and guide us to the right solution, to Rashada. Rashada is the best solution or the better one for our situation. So again, now they given this assurance to each other when they about to enter the cave. And this is the benefit of having a good friendship that really help you, and they give you that safety, this assurance of that don't worry, like we're gonna assure each other that we are in the right pathway, we are doing this for Allah, we are trying, because we need support, we cannot live alone, we need this human support between us. So choose who really support you in the good goals that you have. So here they start to say, assure each other that Allah will spread for us. ينشر is not only given. Yanshur is like very spreading in a wide way, you know? It's like Allah will give us lots of His mercy. Okay? ينشر لكم ربكم من رحمته ويهيئ لكم من أمركم مرفقا, and He will prepare for us مرفقا. مرفقا in Arabic, it has two meanings in a deep Arabic language. So مرفقا is something you lean on. مرفقا is coming from elbow. In a real Arabic is the elbow. So when you sit like laying down on something, this is like you're relaxing. So one of the meaning is that Allah will give them a solution that they will be relaxed out of it. Mirfaqa, it could be like the facilities that will help you in something. So another meaning in Arabic is something will help you. You know, the facility of a place that will help you to use this one to help you in something. So facilitating something or make it more easier for you. Okay, again, all of these are assurance. Like we need this type of assurance. We need this type of, you know, life coaching, as I do. Like someone coach you and give you this feeling that don't worry about it. Everything is gonna be okay. Don't worry. Like we have God. Like just stay believing and trusting in Allah, and we will figure it out. Okay, now we'll come to a very amazing one of the ayahs and miracles of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The ayah says, وَتَرَى الشَّمْسَ إِذَا طَلَعَتْ تَزَاوَرُ عَنْ كَهْفِهِمْ ذَاتَ الْيَمِينِ وَإِذَا غَرَبَتْ تَقْرِضُهُمْ ذَاتَ الشِّمَالِ وَهُمْ فِي فَجْوَةٍ مِّنْهُ. Okay, so now they went inside the cave and Allah made them sleep for more than 3,000 years. Okay, so what Allah, one of the ayahs of Allah, one of the miracles of Allah, now you can see the sun. If it's raised when the time of sunrise, تزاور عن كهفهم. Tazawur is like it visits them, you know, just a little bit. Okay, so this is one of the mercy is that because their body need the sun, so it will not be rotten or so on. But at the same time, only a little bit of sun, so they will not get burned. Like imagine 300 years you're sitting in the same situation. So imagine like if you are constantly exposed to sun, so only a little bit of sun. When the sun rise, it's gonna touch their skin, let's say. كهفهم ذات اليمين, it's gonna come from the right side. And if the sun set, وإذا غربت تقرضهم ذات الشمال. Okay, so when it's the sun will leave, okay, it will come a little bit away of them from the inside, from the north side. Okay, وهم في فجوة به. They are staying in a place like it's enough for them, enough space for them. So, subhanallah, that Allah guide them to go to this cave, but Allah makes sure that He took care of them. He makes sure that don't worry about it. As long as you have this intention toward Allah, you're not running away because you're seeking the way and the guidance of Allah. Allah will take care of everything for you. Don't worry about the thing. They enter the cave without knowing if they're gonna have enough food, if what's gonna happen to them, if someone will find them in the cave. But see Allah, how Allah plan for you. يُدَبِّرُ الْأَمْرِ. He's planning the best plan for you when you have the good intention for Him. Okay? And وَذَلِكَ مِنْ آيَاتِ اللَّهِ. So actually, there's some people said that why did they say it comes from the right and then they said from the north? And there is one of the saying that Allah changed the position of the sun for them at that time, for them to not be harmed by the sun and also get the benefit of the sun a little bit. So that's why it's mentioned from the right and then from the north. So there was an opening from the right and then from the north. But because when we said like if it's gonna the sunset, it should come from the left, right, or from the other side. If it's the sunrise from the right, it comes to them. It should be the opening from the left or something. But here He said from the north, the sun, it will sit and it will have a little bit of sun. Again, this is one of the ayahs or the miracles that Allah did subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is how Allah taking care of them. مَنْ يَهْدِ اللَّهُ فَهُوَ الْمُهْتَدِ. Okay. And yeah, by the way, this is one of the things that we can use in our life. Like, again, before more than 1400 years, we didn't know the benefit of sun. We didn't know. Now all the scientists, they said, okay, the best time to get exposed to the sun to get vitamin D is after the sunrise or before the sunset, because the sun, or the I don't know, the ultraviolet rays is much less harmful, and it's more beneficial for us to get vitamin D. So subhanallah, it's like Allah has given us this, is like He made the sun come to them. He mentioned the sunrise and the sunset specifically, and He mentioned how they get exposed to the sun a little bit at that time. And now in science and medical field, they all tell you like the best time to get exposed and get vitamin D, and it's so beneficial for you, is at these two specific times. Subhanallah. So it was all mentioned, and this is one of the miracle of Qur'an, subhanahu wa ta'ala, and the proof that it has been sent and revealed by the creator of the whole universe, the sun and the moon and everything. And this is subhanallah how Allah is ordering the sun to change its position to certain position for these certain young men to protect him from something. So, and this is something beautiful when we think about this. Allah really can change anything if He want. If He want to do something for you, if He has a plan for you, don't underestimate the power of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He can order the sun to change. He can order lots of things He created in life to change for you, the human, if you have that connection, if you have that belief and strong belief with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. إِنَّهُ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ. He is capable of everything. Okay? وَمَنْ يَهْدِ اللَّهُ فَهُوَ الْمُهْتَدِ. And who Allah guide him, so he is the one rightly guided. Okay? So some people said, okay, so if Allah is the one who choosing, who guides, then the concept of destiny, the concept of like, do I have freedom of choice? Again, we have freedom of choice of choosing the means, choosing the effort, the things that we're gonna do. I'm gonna go do good deeds, or I'm gonna do the sins. I'm gonna ask Allah for guidance or not. Allah knows, or He decide who to guide, but again, we are accountable for our decisions that we make in our life. And depending on that, this is what we're going to be judged upon in the life after. Then, وَمَنْ يُضْلِلْ فَلَنْ تَجِدَ لَهُ وَلِيًّا مُرْشِدًا. And whoever will be misguided, you will never find a protector or someone to guide him. Waliya is someone taken in charge of something. That same as Ismullah al-Wali. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is our wali, who is taken in charge of us. He is our protector, our guider, the one. He is taking care of us in everything. Al-Wali. Al-Wali is like, like a big state, like a king. But, I don't know how to say it, but who take care or responsible for the people. Okay? Murshida is someone who guide you or help you to find the right way. So whoever be misguided or choose to go into dalal, which is like disobeying Allah and so on, he will not find anyone else other than Allah to give him this guidance or to protect him or to guide him. Okay. وَتَحْسَبُهُمْ أَيْقَاظًا وَهُمْ رُقُودٌ. So you think that they are awake, but they are asleep. And subhanAllah, it is one of the signs that Allah kept their eyes open. Okay? And they said one of the reasons why Allah kept their eyes open while for 300 years they were alive. So if anyone would look into the cave, would be scared or afraid of them. Okay, to just come. So they will said like they're like awake or something, so they will be afraid to get near to them or to steal something for them or to do. Because when someone sleep, like they will start to check what's happening with someone. But if someone opening their eyes, so they will say, okay, it's fine, we don't need to. Or they might be afraid. And here, then Allah said, وَنُقَلِّبُهُمْ ذَاتَ الْيَمِينِ وَذَاتَ الشِّمَالِ. Okay. I'm sorry. By the way, الشمال in Arabic, it can be to the left, not on the north. Sorry, in the previous ayah also. So it could be in the left. It's not only the north. That's my mistake. So here Allah is saying, وَنُقَلِّبُهُمْ, we are turning them over in the right and in the left. Okay? Again, Allah is saying, we are the one who turned them. They're not turning. He doesn't say وَيَتَقَلَّبُونَ, that they are turning by themselves. No, we are taking care of them and turning them. Why? Because imagine if someone stay for, let's say, 5 days without moving, they will have back ulcer. And you can see it, it's so bad. Like in hospitals, like people who stay for a long time bedridden, like they eventually have bed ulcers, and then they might have sepsis, they might have like a lots of deep infection in the blood and so on because of these ulcers. So Allah is taking care of them, and He said, like, we turning them a little bit right, a little bit left. Same as what He do to us when we are asleep. When we are asleep, most of the time we are not aware. We don't know that if we need to turn right or turn left. We're not awake every time we want to turn. And Allah do this for us. When we are asleep, when we lose this consciousness, Allah taking care of us in this small death, as we mentioned in the previous, when we said talk about wafa and we talk about maut, like the small death and the bigger death. Okay, so subhanallah, again, Allah is showing us the signs, the ayahs of how He took care, taking care of us in general. وَكَلْبُهُمْ بَاسِطٌ ذِرَاعَيْهِ بِالْوَصِيدِ, and their dog are laying down with his arms on the wasid. Wasid is the entrance, okay? And this is, and again, another sign of that Allah make is that He put this dog so no one would enter the cave. No one would be like curious to see what's happening, so they will get afraid. And again, Allah saying, لو اطلعت عليهم لوليت منهم فرارا ولملئت منهم رعبا. And if you look at them, you would run away, you will turn away. Firaran is like running or flighting. وَلَمُلِئْتَ مِنْهُمْ رَعْبًا, and you would be filled with terror. Okay? So here, it's either you're going to be having afraid of the dog, because the dog was like protecting them as a guard in front of it. So no one would step inside of the cave. And or you're going to be afraid because they are laying down and they are opening their eyes. Or maybe another interpretation is that maybe their hair and nails would become so long, so they will look that if anyone look at them, they would be afraid. Again, still not precise, but I think I don't think there is a change in the hair and nails, because after they wake up, they will go to the market to buy food, and they will look to each other. So they will figure it out if they get like a very long hair or a very long nail, right? So I don't think they were aware, because now when we go to the next eye, they'll say like, I think we just lasted for 1 day or 2 days. So I don't think there's anything change in their physical features. And subhanallah, this is also one of the ayahs that Allah gave them. Okay. وَكَذَلِكَ بَعَثْنَاهُمْ لِيَتَسَاءَلُوا بَيْنَهُمْ. So, and this, we woke them up. We raised them from this sleep, so they can start and ask each other. Okay, لِيَتَسَاءَلُوا. لِيَتَسَاءَلُوا in Arabic is not only asking question, but it's like a question with reflection, with thinking. It's similar to يتفكر. يتساءل. Why this? Why this? Why this? It's like a more deeper questioning. Okay. قال قائل منهم كم لبثتم. One of them said, how did we last? How long have we been here? قال لبثنا يوما أو بعض يوم. They said, might be 1 day or couple of days. قال ربكم أعلم بما لبثت. يوما أو بعد يوم. Let me see. A day or part of the day, sorry. بعض is the part of the day. قالوا ربكم أعلم بما لبثتم فابعثوا أحدكم بورقكم هذه إلى المدينة فلينظر أيها أزكى طعاما فليأتكم برزق منه وليتلطف ولا يشعرن بكم أحدا. Okay? So they said that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, your Lord, is more aware or know better how long have you last. Then they wake up, okay, they want to eat something. So they said, okay, anyone have some money? Okay, let's get this money and send someone to the city and see what type of food they have, the best food, and bring it to us. So فبعثوا أحدكم بورقكم هذه. ورقكم is the money as a paper at that time. So imagine, be aware, this money is before 300 years. So definitely the currency, the paper, all of them has been changed. So they said, send them to the city. Let he look أزكى طعاما. أزكى طعاما is the best food. Okay? So they didn't just want any type of food. They want the best food. أزكى is the best. Okay? It comes also from the word تزكية. You know, when we talk about it, قد أفلح من زكاها. Who's trying to make himself much better every time, try to be a better person or so on. Okay? فليأتكم برزق منه. And okay, let me finish, then I'm gonna go back to the أزكى طعاما point. فليأتكم برزق منه, so he can bring you with رزق, okay, from this. وليتلطف ولا يشعرن بكم أحدا. يتلطف is coming from being careful, or let's say being gentle, so no one would feel you, okay? Because they know if they feel them, they're gonna kill them because they're looking for them, okay? So let's go back to أزكى طعاما. أزكى طعاما is something, it's why Allah is mentioning this certain detail. It's telling us that always choose the best thing for you. As when we mentioned before about choosing your friends, choosing the best food, choosing the best thing for you. Allah created everything in life here for you, تسخيرا, for us. So always, even if they're in a struggle and yesterday the people were looking for them and they might be killed and they don't know what they're facing, and with that he told him, go and choose the best food. So always choose the best thing for you, because you are an honored human being. Allah created you as an honored person. You choose what the things that really suitable for that honored person. Learn from the story of Ashab Al-Kahf. Learn from them, even with all the situation. Choose the best thing. You could be like eating good food, healthy food, choosing good friends, choosing good material, watching good TV show, listening to good things that really benefit you. In everything, choose al-azka, which is the best thing. Okay? As what Ashab al-Kahf did. But I think we just gonna finish till the next ayah. So he said, إنهم إن يظهروا عليكم يرجموكم أو يعيدوكم في ملتهم ولن تفلحوا أبدا. So if they found you, they gonna stone you to death, okay? Or they gonna return you to their millah, or to their religion, or whatever they worship. And if this happened, you would never succeed, or you will never have good. Falah is like succeed. If you go back and worship whatever they did. Okay, that's why he told him, go gently, try not everyone to find you. Okay, so I think we're gonna continue the rest next week, inshallah. And